podcast. Episode. What episode are we on?
4.
Episode 4.
4. That's my turn?
Now it's your turn to...
Okay.
I taught him everything he knows.
All right, thank you for joining us again. We're here in the Red Door Studios and in the lounge. My name is Andrew Macia from Medellin Buzz, Red Door Studios. Today we have a special guest. What is your name?
Hola, me llamo. My name is Violeta Bernal, but many know me as Violet Bloom.
Violet Bloom.
I have two names.
Well,
that's the thing, like Violeta
we're doing
Bernal.
porn in Medellin today,
Violet
Violet Blue.
Yeah, it's a little story, but yeah, I have two names. All
right. Yeah, and also joining us is Jason.
Yeah, I'm Jason.
Cool.
That's what he got.
That's me.
And Joel.
I mean, you guys again know me from TV and stuff, but I'm Joel from Red Door Studios. Here in the studio, we did a little bit of reorganization, reshuffling, to make a little bit more space. Welcome to episode number 4. And what we drinking today, Andrew?
Oh shit! So we got two things going on here. We've got the Jack Daniels, Tennessee Honey, which I'm not a big fan of.
It's so good to cook. I mean,
yeah, it's good for cooking.
Yeah, it's amazing. Trust me.
Whiskey's your favorite
I have
drink,
made
right?
like chicken, so
we have the Jack Daniels.
it's
honey.
so good. But
Yeah,
not for
Jack
drinking.
Daniels.
It's so bad.
And
What is that?
check this out.
Ese sí, Chivas es bueno.
Yeah, Chivas.
I gotta do this.
12 años.
Es super bueno.
Es súper bueno. Ay, tan rico.
So
Es súper
I'm gonna
rico.
drink a little honey.
Es super bueno.
Effeminate drink.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, whatever they want to call it. I'm gonna be drinking that.
Yeah,
and you're
I've
gonna be
never had
drinking
that.
I don't drink that. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah,
guys, but I like strong, you know.
You like strong.
So this is for girls,
Your whiskey
right?
like you like your men.
This is for
Yeah.
girls.
No, that's not for me. I'm not that kind of
This
girl.
is for girls. And
Yeah,
Joel's
I know
drinking this.
that's
I'm that
it's
kind of
for
boy.
girls.
I like a little bit of honey.
I
I don't know what that
Hey,
means.
let's do our
All
first
right,
shot.
wait,
Hey.
So, okay,
First
well,
shot.
we have
Before we
a
go.
new premise, right? A new.
What are we doing?
Every 5 minutes, we're gonna do a shot.
No, pero yo le dije que
What?
no. I
What?
told you no.
No, what?
Well, you
Because I
can't.
get drunk and so no.
No, you have
For
to. Oh, by the way,
some
Violeta
liquor.
has a date after this. She's going.
No.
So we're basically the date.
We're prepping
Thank
her.
us right now. At least follow us on YouTube.
No, if
You know.
I'm going to have some sex, then I will do it because I'm sober, but not because I'm drunk. So I don't want you to get me drunk, please.
Oh my God.
Let's get her drunk.
Ah, pues nada, let's do it like
First
para arriba,
shot.
pues. Pero
Shot
para
number
arriba,
one.
Arriba,
para abajo, para el centro y para
adentro.
adentro.
You know what I just realized, guys? You guys are watching this. You've probably seen it in the title. But this episode is all about learning Spanish in Medellin.
Español en Medellin.
Yep.
And that's probably why this lovely young lady here is relevant.
Lovely.
So we're going to let her introduce herself. And what do you do, Vio? Why are you on this show today? Why are you on this podcast today?
Well, first of all, because you are my friends, of course, and
We
I love
are.
this idea. I hope you do pretty well with this. I mean, like, it's something that somehow many will need because it's about Medellin, everything about Medellin. So the idea, when I saw on Facebook, I was like, wow, because I love podcasts. I follow Joe Rogan.
Ooh.
So I was like, nah. So you never know when this is going to take you. It's like, that's how I started with Spanish. Because, you remember back in 2011, actually for this month,
Yeah.
I met you.
Oh,
8 years.
Yeah, no,
We're-
it's
and
7.
And we're happily
Sí,
married
sí,
still.
eight.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
See, 8 fuck.
Well-
So I was working at Tiger Pub at the time, the
Yeah,
hostel.
Tiger Paw.
That's a hostel. That's a hostel.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite jobs ever as an employee.
Yeah.
But then I started teaching, and there is a long story. But right now, I got to the point that I have my company Social Spanish. So
What's it
it's
called?
Social Spanish.
Social Spanish.
See.
So hold on. But by the way, for everybody, just to so we can put a little bit of context, I got here in 2011 on a warm summer spring day, rolling in a cab with a few other folks, a pretty multicultural group of folks, and we walked into the front door, and we were greeted by this bubbling, bustling personality who we knew as Vio or Violeta, who I might call Gio on this show a few times.
No,
Once
okay,
this kicks
no.
in. But she was working the front desk, pretty girl. We were like, oh wow, pretty girl in the hostel. We came through Central America. We never seen any girl like her there, and so we're like, wow, well this has a lot of potential. And yeah, and here we are today, 8 years later, all doing something different, but still making trouble and still having fun.
Sure. Yeah, I just can imagine how life has changed since
Yeah.
then.
And
It's
to-
like I
to
never thought I was
inform
going
people.
to be a Spanish
Yeah.
teacher.
Like people want to know what's your experience, and like you, like
Yeah.
8 years after you came here and you want to do something else, like somebody is maybe thinking about like, hey, I want to go there. Like a lot of people thinking about going to Medellin, but they don't even know what to do here. So that's
Yeah, that used to happen like a lot. I remember Joel when he was like, okay, I'm just here for holidays, 3 months, because I was doing the check-in, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Of course, I was trying to make friends as well,
Yeah.
but then Joel, no, I mean just holidays, then I go to Cartagena, and then blah, 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 and usually that happens. Like, I come here, then I go there, and there, and there, but they get stuck. They
Yeah.
get fucking stuck.
Well,
like,
they do.
See,
Yeah.
no, it's true. I mean, like last week I had the last class with a student from Germany. He came here to Colombia for 7 weeks. The plan was 2 weeks Medellin,
Yeah.
but he stayed the
It
whole
turned
7
out like
weeks here.
months.
Not only because he wanted to learn Spanish so bad with me, because that was, well, I mean, it's some kind of like, she's like, but it's true. He was like, wow, I wish I had learned this way when I was in high school. But then he said for learning Spanish, because that was a way to go through girls, of course.
Yeah.
But then, so now he's missing Medellin, and he just texted me today in the morning, like, oh, I have to find a way to live in Medellin. So it's funny because I remember Joel back in the time, 8 years
Saying
ago.
the same thing.
Oh, Bio, I have to find a way to live here in Medellin. I'm doing this photography, and and I remember he was carrying some, like, ¿cómo se llama esto? Grande.
Like a suitcase.
Sí, eso. Entonces, como que, no, I have this guy that he wants some photos. I can do some,
Wait,
like,
can you do that again? I think
studio.
all the people, all the
Entonces,
guys
como
that
que-
are watching this would like you to do that again. And entonces, how did you? I can't do that. I don't know.
Ah.
But you can do that.
Sí, no, pues entonces, so...
Paisa talking.
Yeah, Paisa talk.
Obviamente. So, but it was so cool because now it's like he's here, like, with this Red Door Studios. It's like, wow, it's like
Yeah.
the way you are, like,
Yeah,
it's incredible right
Yeah,
now.
it's pretty incredible.
Previous podcast, you said that dreams can really come true here in Medellin, because you see a lot of potential here in the city. So, yeah.
Yeah, funny how things have changed. So anyway, so if any of you watching this, one of the big reasons we're doing this is because a lot of people, I know that Andrew and I meet all the time. We meet them in a coffee shop. We're like, so what are you doing here? How long are you here for? And the people that are sticking around for
Studying
more than a
Spanish.
couple days, studying Spanish. They want to learn Spanish. And so we figured, let's tell you guys what it's like to learn Spanish in the city. And so that's a little background about how we know each other, but I'm gonna let Andrew kick it off. What do we have for Vio? What are we trying to get to? What are we people trying
Well,
to
I think I'm fluent in Spanish because I was born into a Colombian family, but there's a lot of people out here that come here trying to learn Spanish. So I guess as a Spanish teacher, first of all, how many years have you been teaching?
Over 7 years.
7
It's
years.
going to be like 8, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember at one point you actually established your own Spanish school.
Yeah, that was an amazing experience. It was back in 2014. I mean, it's cool to dream, but but I don't know. Sometimes you imagine something, and it just
Doesn't
then you
work
just
out
realize,
It doesn't work out the way you planned to.
I didn't know it was going to be like having a kid.
Oh yeah.
So
It's like having a baby.
I don't want to have kids. I don't have kids, but for me it was like it's too much responsibility. But that was one reason. The next one is I am very passionate about teaching.
Yeah.
I don't teach because I have to pay my bills. No,
Yeah.
it's because I love teaching.
Yeah.
Finding a good teacher was so difficult.
Yeah.
I know that's
Sorry. Yeah, you love teaching, but honestly, guys, I remember.
Is that the 5-minute shot?
Oh, it's the 5-minute
It's
shot.
time.
Yeah, it's the 5-minute shot. I was gonna.
I know,
bring
yo
up
les
this
dije.
video.
No.
I'm gonna have 5-minute shot.
All right.
I told you no.
Yo,
Bueno, pero chiquito. The only thing that I
Está
like
chiquito,
chiquito.
como te gustan, bien chiquitos.
Bien chiquito.
5-minute
No,
shot.
So bien chiquito, what does that mean? Bien chiquito.
What is
Very
bien chiquito?
small, but
Very
that's the
small.
only thing that I like.
Yeah, she
Guys, don't
only.
come here with your bien chiquito.
She likes her shots
Don't
very
like
small.
that.
We'll have.
Ay,
Hey,
chiquito, no.
will we have subtitles
Whoa.
or something?
That
Like
just
bien
flew over
chiquito, like.
Ah, sí, claro,
Bien chiquito.
obviamente, because
this
with
is
this
for the
podcast they
sound
can learn
engineer,
Spanish
Luis.
as well. I mean, why not?
Spanish as well.
Obviamente.
We have to, we have to
I
learn
know.
Spanish.
By Spanish, by Spanish.
Off camera.
By English.
All right. ¿Cómo era?
Hey.
Pa' arriba.
arriba.
Bueno, okay, this is something that we do here in Colombia, and it's the way we cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pa' arriba, like
Para
Arriba.
pa' abajo,
Abajo.
pa' el
Pa'l
centro
centro
y pa' adentro.
Y mucho sexo.
¿Qué?
Sí, así se termina.
No.
Ah, bueno, super importante, very important. Like when you cheers, look at the eyes. Otherwise,
yeah,
you will
here it's a
have
big thing.
7 years of bad sex.
Well,
Can you
That's
imagine
what it
that?
is.
Like,
I'm going on to 14 years.
Any sex for me.
You
is
can make
good.
it up
No,
to
no, no,
7
no, no,
years,
no,
or you can say
importantísimo.
to
Look at
2
the
or
eyes.
to
Look, yeah.
14.
Look at the
Wait,
eyes.
Actually, that's something that I noticed here. When you cheers, everyone looks at you in the eye.
Yeah,
like,
they're scared.
Really?
They're scared of the bad
Yeah,
sex.
yeah. You don't know the whole myth or
No,
whatever.
Who
yeah,
wants to
but-
have bad sex? No one.
Well, I mean, they don't do it like us. I do.
Yeah, it's like
Well, maybe marriage.
No, not like
people
that,
like
but I mean-
With kids, no, we can't.
Oh.
So what I was going to mention before is that I remember, well, I'd say that Vio is one of the most known Spanish teachers that people book before
Right.
they even get here. But you guys have to understand, like a year or less into meeting Vio, Vio was trying everything. I call Vio like the ultimate hustler. We're going to talk about another Spanish teacher that we're going to big up and call out a little later. But Vio, I remember Vio making jello shots with alcohol and walking around Parquilleras with a tray and with her little boyfriend Stefano, who was like underage at the time, fucked up, and selling these shots. And she was the first person that said, "Hey, Joel, you know, I'm looking at this bar, this little space beside Blue Nightclub, and I'm thinking of like maybe starting a little bar, but I don't have money." We're like, "We have the money. Just talk to us." And you know, talking about getting up and doing stuff. Even when I said, "Hey, I have the money if you need it, we can get you the money," she got up and went out and sold homemade jello shots on a tray in
No,
Parque
that's
Vera.
true.
So that's the type of entrepreneur
Yeah, that's
that
awesome
we're
right
dealing
there.
with right now, and the success and stuff that she has. No one handed that to her. I'm proud that after all this time, I remember your
Danny.
progress. I remember you going to
Same.
Bogota, right? How did you got?
Yeah, I
there?
mean, it's good. Back in the time I was 25 and I didn't know what to do with my life because
Yeah.
I dropped out the dentistry school and I was like, I don't want to be a dentist. So then I went to the States. I stayed there for 1 year. I came back, but it's like, what the fuck I'm going to do with my life?
That's the year you got chubby.
No.
Oh, okay, no.
Because
I remember Chubby being.
No,
Yeah,
because the
remember Chucky
American
Chucky
dream
Video.
doesn't exist, and I was
Cut it.
starving, so I didn't have money. It was a hard time, but I just
That's the best diet.
I got mature. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
hunger.
yeah.
When you got no
Hunger
money.
is one of the
no
best.
money.
Yeah.
I remember
true,
when
true.
I was.
It was so hard. I was biking. I was living back in that time in Florida, and I used to bike 7 miles every day to go to school
Yeah.
because I didn't have money to pay a car or whatever. But then I came back to Colombia because I couldn't find a job over there. Or, I mean, just couldn't make it because
Yeah.
the American dream is just, no, it's not true.
it is
So
the
then
Colombian dream.
Now it's the Colombian dream.
Yeah.
I have students that they have asked me like, "Oh, can you give me the papers?" I'm like, "Wow, this is so bizarre."
Give you the.
Do I have to marry
You
you?
get the
I was dying for the
Actually,
2010. What the fuck? So anyway, the thing is, like, I came back and then I was trying to find a way to do something. But then I remember, like, I said, okay, what am I good at? Most people, they don't know what to do with their lives.
Yeah.
So
At
back at the
25.
time, I was like, okay, I'm good at drinking. That's
That's
what I
We're good
did.
at
And then,
drinking.
okay,
We're good at
what can I do
bar.
with this talent? And we started to be a bartender. And that's how I studied bartending. And
Okay.
that's why I did the jello shots. And I was with this idea of having the bar. But, the universe, it had another plan for me.
And you were probably, I remember, tipsy bartender, was that right? Did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have a
tipsy
show with
bartender.
Bar-
So I get to
followers
meet
now.
him, see
We're
the
calling you out. Very
muchos.
famous.
Wait, what?
Came to
That was her
Medellin.
No, there's a guy, right? Tipsy
Sí,
bartender. He
it's
travels
pretty
around.
famous on
Very
YouTube.
famous dude on YouTube. And I
Okay.
remember he's
Super.
down here, and Vio somehow got involved with the whole tipsy bartender
See,
thing.
he
and I
came
remember-
here. He was
That's
like
cool.
so happy here in Medellin, and yeah, I mean that was the thing. But then when I started working at Tiger Pub, is when all this thing about teaching Spanish started. I didn't know I was going to be a Spanish.
But wait, but did you go? Where did you go? You got certified. You're not like you're not like I'm gonna teach Spanish with
No.
my made up Spanish. You went away. I think you put in the work and you got some sort of certification.
No, it's like kind of long story, but yeah, it's like I didn't know then because someone very special who's Esteban,
Yeah.
So I remember when the day he left, he gave me a envelope and he told me like open it when I'm gone.
Okay.
And I
Wow.
said okay.
That's romantic.
Then he was
Yeah.
Then he was gone.
Yeah.
But I remember before that when we got ¿cómo se dice?
Getting to know each other.
Sí, eso.
Getting to know
You're
He told
courting
me,
each other.
okay, I will pay one beer for you, but if you teach me Spanish. I
Oh,
say,
okay.
I just don't know how to teach Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
I said, okay, deal, whatever.
Oh,
No, it's too fast.
Five
No,
minutes?
it's too
This is a
fast.
five
Yeah,
minute
5
mark.
minutes. Went
5
by
minutes,
so quick. All right.
Well,
don't worry. We'll give it to you.
once
Bien
again,
chiquito. Bien
Vio's
chiquito.
date. You
Bueno,
got to thank
anyway, no,
us.
but later.
Bien chiquito.
All right.
Bien
Mientras
chiquito.
ustedes sirven, I will continue.
I just hope your date's not bien
Maybe.
chiquito.
Bien chiquito.
Bien chiquito.
Or is his name Ben Chiquito?
Ben chiquito.
Ben Chiquito. A Jewish guy from New York.
All right. Here you go.
All right.
This is for Flippy.
No, 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 no.
Flippy!
Flippy.
Hey, Flippy,
Oh my
put your head in
God.
here real quick. Just pop your
No,
head in here.
it should be
You
like
guys may
every
know,
7
Luis,
minutes.
the guy that used to be known as
Our
Luis is
cameraman.
now known as Felipe, and he's drinking off camera
AKA
and
Flippy.
making this happen. AKA Flippy.
Okay.
AKA
Hey.
Queef.
All right.
Buena salud.
Pa' arriba.
Pa' arriba, pa'
Pa' abajo,
abajo,
pa'l
pa'l
centro y
centro,
pa' adentro.
Y mucho sexo.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So anyway, so he was here, and then he told me this, and then we improvised a notebook, and then the day he was gone, he told me this, and then when he was gone, I was in the taxi, I remember, and I opened the envelope, and I saw the notebook
Yeah.
that we improvised,
Okay.
and I don't know, it's like this. I always describe this with a movie that is called Amélie.
Yeah, I love Amélie Poulain.
Sí.
Amélie
Amélie
I
Poulain.
don't know
See,
my
and if you
French
haven't
shit.
seen it, I really recommend this
Love
movie.
her.
So
Amélie
it's that
Flip
in
Flop.
this scene, like Amélie is telling a blind guy everything that is going on, and suddenly he's like with the light.
Mind blown.
See, so that was the feeling that I had, like when I opened the envelope and I saw the
Wow.
notebook, I was like, fuck, I have to be a Spanish teacher.
Okay, wait. I don't want to put you on blast
that
in the middle of
sounds
your
like
show, but
really
are you still in love with this guy? It's been 8 years. Honestly,
No.
honestly,
8
are you
years.
still in love? Yes.
Wait.
yes.
Wait. First of all, do you still talk to him?
Nah, just a little. When it's the
Just a
birthday
little.
or whatever.
Oh, okay.
No, but I own him like he kind of rescued me because I didn't know what to do in my life. I was
Wow,
fucking
that's
lost.
pretty awesome. That's
I was
pretty awesome.
close to be 20 because that was
Big shout
in
out.
December. My birthday is in January, and I was going to be 25.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do with my life, and I was like, "Fuck."
Vio, let's be real.
¿Qué?
Who's the
What?
best private Spanish teacher in the city?
No sé.
Come on, let's
Sí, no, but es que that sounds like I'm so proud or whatever. Maybe, yeah, sure be.
You.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I would say there are other good teachers as well, but something that I have that sadly not many teachers have is passion. And not only passion, because to be a good teacher is not only about passion. Because let's say you want to be a musician like you, like with the guitar and whatever, but you don't have talent. So I have to work to have the talent. The knowledge is very important. Like you
Yeah.
want to be whatever you want to be. if you have passion, it's not enough. You have to have knowledge and talent. And I have been working all these years, and based also on my bad experiences with some students, I developed all this
Oh, we're
talent.
gonna talk about those bad experiences.
See, no, I remember. It's like, actually, I talked with this guy 2 weeks ago, and I say thanks to you because I thought I could chew more than chew more than I can.
No, you bit off more than you
See,
could
yeah.
Okay.
And it was,
So,
see,
passion, blah 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 blah.
well,
You're number one. Are you number one? You're the number one private Spanish teacher. You said yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ever
Who's
since-
number two?
This is gonna be controversial.
Who's number two?
Who's number two?
Who is
Who's the-
behind you taking
in all
your
of
shit?
Medellin, Colombia.
taking all my shit. No.
who's-
I would say I'm not number one. We're many in the same spot because I don't want to. I mean,
No,
the
come
idea
on,
of being
Via,
number
Via, this is
one.
not that type of show.
No,
You're
no,
number one.
I don't
hey,
believe in that.
we've given you the number one badge. We can Photoshop a badge on. You're number one. Who is number two? People watching this, contact number two
Hope-
and number one. Who's
Hope
number two?
number 2 is not watching this.
Yeah.
Wait, can I guess who it is?
I can guess.
No, I would say because I don't know all teachers in Medellin. Unfortunately, this, ¿cómo se dice gremio?
What the hell's that?
Like with the group of teachers, we're not very
Close.
Like a niche?
close.
Something
like that? Like a little close.
That's kind of sad because I mean, if I'm very busy, I give my students to another teacher, and that's
Yeah.
So
it.
you could start a Facebook group, Medellin.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like
Spanish
this
teacher,
gremio, I don't know in that word.
We're gonna put that on screen because I don't know
Yeah,
what the
sure.
word is.
Gremio.
De
Sorry,
gremio,
Marilyn?
de gremio de profesores de español es como la llama, historia,
competitive.
Entonces es como la-
Oh, wow.
Really?
All right, but why are you dodging the question? Who's number two? Call
Yeah,
her
no,
name.
no, that's what I'm
hey,
saying.
5 seconds. 1.
Bueno,
two,
because the only
three,
one that I know is
4.
Carla.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. We love Carla too. Carla,
Carlos,
you're watching
come
this.
back from
Waiting
Europe.
for that
I was
answer.
waiting for that shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was waiting
wait.
for
By
that.
the way, we're gonna come back real quick. Side stories all the way. Carla is a petroleum engineer from Venezuela who I met and actually went on a date with, and didn't work out. But we're cool and we're friends now. And I remember Carla struggling, and I met Carla working at a bar. Same story like you, working at a bar. I was drunk off. I don't do that often.
Off your tits?
But I was drunk, and I met her, and we went on a date. We started talking. She tells me she lived in Siberia and all this crazy shit. I'm like, and you're here working the door collecting money at a bar? She's like, yeah, I'm a petroleum engineer. Blah blah blah. I lost touch with Carla for a while, and I'm walking through Barrio Manila here, where we live and where we work, and I see on like the street,
Light
the
poles, yeah.
lamppost, it said, "Stay calm and study Spanish with
Oh,
Carla."
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
it's
I
so
love
good.
her.
Hey, big
Carla,
shout out to Carla.
Big shout out to Carla
Yeah,
for
big
being
shout
that
Yeah,
out.
that was
person.
good. Actually, I get to know her because I was so busy, full of students,
Yeah.
but always like, can you recommend me another teacher? And I'm like, because of
Second
my
place.
school, and all this, I'm like, I don't like to recommend someone that I know is good.
I
Yeah.
just recommend
I don't know
second
what
places.
I told one student, and I say, I don't know about anything about this girl, but
Yeah.
give her
But
a
you,
shot
but both
and
of you are
tell
like
me.
both of you are like the Sofia Vergara's of Spanish
All right.
teaching.
Well, just because
Yeah.
they're just
what the
because
fuck is that?
no, all right, wait.
Yeah.
Just because they're hot doesn't mean they're good Spanish teachers.
That's oh my
No.
god!
No,
All right.
no.
That's 5 minutes? Come on.
Well, I think I'm gonna finish this whole. But we.
That's very annoying.
Stop that.
All right.
So, gremio is guild.
Oh, the guild.
The
Oh,
guild.
like the crew. Yeah, like
Yeah,
guild
yeah.
or like.
Man, I think
Oh my
most of
God.
us that speak English don't know what guild
Yeah, what
means.
the hell's
I thought
a guild?
guild is like some
The guild is
guy
like.
that
I
goes
said
to like an
niche.
Ivy League school.
I said niche, but
Ay, no.
Niche.
Well, it's
Pero
like
super
a,
poquito, yo es que tengo un poquito.
it's like a like
super poquito.
Super
Subtitles.
poquito.
every type of
Super
profession
cheap.
has a guild, like an official guild.
Oh, guild, yeah, like actors guild.
Wait,
Yeah,
before we
exactly.
take a shot, I wanna give a shout out to 2 other teachers that we see all the time hustling.
Yeah, hustling hard.
Because our office is here in Manila, and right next door we have a cafe
Yeah.
that's called Hija Mia.
Hija
which is
Mia.
the
Yeah,
best
one of the
coffee
best. Super
in
bueno.
the fucking city.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Um,
owner is so cool.
Very cool. Owned by a Kiwi. But anyway,
Not the fruit. the person.
Kiwi.
a Kiwi from New Zealand. A
Yeah.
person
Oh,
from
really?
New
That's
Zealand.
the
A
nickname.
Kiwi,
Wow,
yeah.
super chistoso.
Yeah.
So funny.
Just like we are beaners, they're Kiwis. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
We, I don't
okay.
know.
And they have the best granola in town. Because I had a
You like
student, he's so fucking obsessed with granola.
Really?
And he tried every
He's from
granola
the US?
and no, Germany.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
He tried granola in all places and he goes, hija mía has the best
okay.
granola.
And they use Greek yogurt.
Sí,
Anyway,
super
So who
rico.
are these
shout out
people?
to Natalia,
Natalia, what's her name?
Alicia Keys.
Alicia. We call you Alicia
We
Keys.
call
her-
you Alicia Keys.
That's
Ay, ya me lo
ridiculous.
tomé.
The
Ay,
Colombian
fucking
Alicia
sorry.
Keys.
I'm sorry. Bueno, salud.
Wait.
Saving you some bad sex.
Bad sex.
Hey,
Saving
hey.
you some bad sex.
No, you can't take them with an empty
Ya me lo tomé, lo siento, ya me lo tomé.
I think like the 5 minutes passed already. He's gonna
No,
bring that whole
sí,
buzzer.
no.
All right, so we got basically 4 top Medellin Spanish teachers.
Let's start 5. Number 5, that 4, 3,
Number
2, 1.
5, I think is
Or number 1 down to 5.
yeah.
Let's start with.
Well, number 5. I mean, I've never studied Spanish, but I see him hustling all the time, and he gets a lot of students. Daniel,
Daniel.
he plays ball with us too. He plays.
We're gonna put
basketball.
a link to his stuff.
Yeah, and he started smoking. What's up with that, Daniel?
Daniel, stop smoking.
Stop smoking.
¿Qué más?
Yeah.
Ew.
Number 3, Natalia.
Number 4.
Sorry, number 4 was Natalia.
Okay,
Natalia,
Alicia Keys. She's very pretty. I would say
Black Colombian.
Black Colombian. Mixed up a little
Yeah,
bit. But she
mixed
got
up.
big curly hair. She's cool.
Yeah.
Sí.
Number 3,
Number 3, Alejandro.
Alejandro. He's hustling too.
Katie's boyfriend.
Katie's boyfriend.
Shout out to Katie.
Shout out to Katie.
AKA Droop.
No,
And
number 3.
No,
Number 2.
Number 2, Carla
Carla,
Diaz.
obvio.
Carla Diaz.
And number 1.
And number 1.
Bueno, mi.
We get number 1 on our show podcast. But that's good. Hey, so you heard those names. They're going to be in the description. If you're coming to Medellin and you want to study, you want to have a private.
So recommended.
So recommended. By the way, here's the difference, people. A lot of people come in here. I think there are 2 ways, and Vio, you can cut me if I'm wrong on this, but not physically. There's the private way, a private tutor
and group.
for whatever, or there's the schools, and there are different types of schools. There's the private schools, small schools that teach Spanish and give lessons, and then there's universities like EAFIT, which most gringos say I feet and 5 feet.
Yeah,
some
feet
shit.
each.
5 foot.
He ate it.
Fit.
How do you say it? How do you say it?
What's your opinion?
Fit.
What's your opinion of
of
course?
But
that?
anyway, yeah, that's good. I mean, yeah, no. Well, I would say if you can afford the lessons, like private lessons with us, just go for that because that's the best way for sure.
Really?
Guaranteed.
Why?
Why?
Why is private
Well,
lessons?
private lessons is better because it customized to your necessities. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Also, the other teachers they
How
try.
the fuck did your English get customized to your necessities? Keep it going, girl. I am proud of you.
Needs?
Her English
Needs?
has gotten so. No, that was perfect.
It's good. It's good. It's
That
good.
was
Okay,
perfect.
okay.
That's a high level of English.
Oh, okay.
That's 8 years.
I thought it was like, oh my God, my English is like
customized to- No, go ahead. But yeah.
Yeah, but I know they try to do their best to have the class for because I mean when you go to the school, let's say a fit, so a class is focused on very boring subject.
Okay.
But if you are so into let's say cooking, so maybe the teacher can focus on this subject
The teacher can
or
focus?
entrepreneur focus.
That's called as I think I think that's called realia in
Yeah,
teaching.
but I mean, but
Reality.
bad teachers they
Yeah.
don't care, and they just go through like books or because they don't even know how to teach. That's the situation. So, but with the schools, I mean, if you can pay private because you will get. I mean, if you pay a good one, because many that you're just too expensive.
Wait, how much do you charge?
Well, all the ones that you mentioned, the
I'm
rate
not
right
asking
now
about
is
them,
50K.
Vio. I'm asking you.
No, the
You see,
price
she
is
keeps trying to-
Number one.
catalyst. The
Is it-
price is
How
there.
much does the number
We
one
are like
charges?
in the same price,
50,000
50K.
pesos
See, 50,000
an hour, which
pesos
is
an
in
hour.
US dollars
Like
is what?
20.
20.
Less than 20 bucks.
Yeah,
Less
like
than $20.
not right now with
Like
this dollar, like
$15.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, the dollar is
$15.
at 3,400.
it's like
17.
17,
No, less,
17.
even 15.
Now, yeah, because the dollar is so
it's
expensive.
Like
17, yeah, make
right
my
now
maths
it's
off,
like-
yeah.
Go for that for sure.
So-
I mean, it's like I mean, when I say you get what you pay, it's True.
It's okay. And have you calculated, like, if you go to a university or you go to, we're going to talk about some of the other schools, like private schools. Have you ever calculated what they charge per hour if you bought, like, more or less what it? That
Well,
works out to?
private, for example, Tucán is 70,000 pesos.
An hour.
An hour, private.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
way too
But
much.
if you go public, what does
It's
that work out to
something,
an
if I'm not
hour?
wrong, is like 30,000.
Okay.
So
But you're in a classroom.
yeah, when another bunch of people that you don't know the speed of or learning. So then it's like if you are way too smart.
No.
All right, hold on. Can we take a break so I can go back? So, for the people that want to come out here and visit Medellin, right?
Sí.
If they don't speak Spanish, zero Spanish. Do you think it's possible to visit Medellin and have a great time with zero Spanish?
Of course it's possible, but it's not the same. I mean, if it's your first time, you can go and see all the insights is the word.
Yeah.
Without Spanish, of course. But the experience is not the same when you speak the language, because getting to know Colombians, going out to places, understanding the culture is not the same experience. Like, it's something that I really regret about Brazil, for example, because Portuguese is not that hard, but I think it's like, I wish I had known Portuguese back in that time.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to talk, I remember with a Brasileño, and the communication, and it was like, it's not the same, it's not the same.
No.
But if you just have like a few days, well, it's fine, but it's just not the same. I would
it's not the
recommend
same.
you to start before you come here, because usually Americans and Europeans, they plan the trip like very behind, like 1 year.
Okay.
So get a teacher online, start getting to understand at least the basics, because your experience is going to be way different when you speak the language.
And do guys ever just come up, you know, they maybe they message you in advance, or when they get here and you're like, listen, I really just want to learn some Spanish because I want to talk to the girls.
Yeah, I
I
had a
want to
student.
meet some girls, and I don't know anything to say. And
No, it's common. I had a
already-
student from Edinburgh.
Okay.
He was planning to move to Medellin. Now he's living here in Medellin.
Okay.
And we studied for 1 year. And he did pretty well. We were studying like 3 hours per week. And he came here and he could speak. Dating was way better, of course, because most girls
Right.
here, they don't speak English.
Okay.
So he's single, he was looking to start his life again, and he was like, I'm glad I know Spanish, because otherwise dating would have been like very difficult.
But what about the guys that come here and they don't know any, and they're like, man, I really need your help because I met this girl, or I want to communicate with girls, but they speak like, you know, like
Zero.
really hola, mi nombre es, you know, mi nombre, like, you know, what do you do with that?
Me llamo es.
What do you do?
llamo
What do you do with? We're gonna call those type of guys.
Hola,
me llamo es.
Me llamo es. Oh
What do
my
you do
God.
with the me llamo es when he comes up to you? Like, what do you?
No, bueno, the thing is, many they try to start with Duolingo, and they just don't understand pretty well everything about the grammar, and they just like because that's something that is not good about Duolingo. You're just memorizing phrases.
Okay.
When you realize the grammar is when you really can build the sentences in your mind, and then you understand. But of course, at the beginning, you're going to speak slow. I mean, I didn't speak this fast in English back in 2010. It's like, I remember my roommates, they were like, wow, they saw my progress. Because first day was like, no entiendo. But then that's a progress, of course. You have to be patient. But this is
But that's what you tell the guy that's coming here, or the girl. Like, it's gonna probably be mainly guys that's saying, "Yeah, I want to learn some Spanish because I want to speak to a girl, or I want to meet girls."
that's one
But
of the
what do you
main
tell? You tell them
reasons.
you have to be patient. Is that
patience
the advice?
is very important, because if you don't have patience, you are going to treat yourself so bad because you're not doing well.
So but the guy shows up to your class.
Okay.
What are you telling him? What are you
No.
telling
The
him
first
at this point?
question is like, what's your motivation?
Yeah.
Because
really?
based on your motivation is the way I'm going to work with the student in a class.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So, like, for example, if I'm a guy that comes out here and I say my motivation is, I don't know, to talk to this girl that I'm very attracted to.
Yeah. So then I say, okay, of course, to talk to this girl, you have to understand grammar. It's no other way. And then build sentences. Because if you say my motivation is to move around and try be able to order something, oh, okay, that's different. Yeah. That's more like survival Spanish.
Yeah.
But it's like I want to talk to this girl and like make friends. Then you have to understand the grammar, and you have to know how to build the sentences by yourself, not by memorizing sentences, because that's impossible. It's impossible to memorize thousands of sentences. It's no way. Yeah. And that's what many try to do, and that's what many other courses and teachers or whatever they do. Yeah. And it's impossible. That's why when you're there, you're like, oh, I forgot. And of course, because memory is bad. But if you understand the rules, then you're like, okay, the conjugation, and then you know how to do it. It's going to be slow at the beginning because that's the way it is. I mean, it's no way to run before crawling. Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah. But of course, after the motivation, I tell the student the truth. Practically, I compare myself with a personal trainer. I tell the student, like, imagine right now you're fat. You are fat in Spanish. What's that?
Oh my gosh, the shot clock.
I don't even know. Are you allowed to say fat on this podcast? Are you say larger? What are we
Turn that off. It's so annoying.
No, it's like larger. Okay, I don't know.
So you're talking about a lard ass.
Yeah. There's like
I don't understand. Wait, 1 second.
Oh,
you are getting fat with this. No, eso está muy grande. No.
I'm the only one.
I have a question.
Drinking the one that
what
gets
is
you
that
fat.
one thing you hate about your job, about being a teacher?
Bad students.
What's a bad student?
But what's
a
a
bad student is the one that is living in a Disney movie or whatever
kind of world,
thinking that is going to be fluent in 1 month,
and
then
that makes that person a bad student.
And the other thing is like thinking that it's possible to be fluent without studying and practice.
No, that's a bad student.
It's like no way.
Do you ever hear, I understand everything, I just don't speak?
Yeah. Been there, done that. Yeah.
You don't understand everything, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you can't.
Learn the language, study some shit.
Well, Spanish is difficult.
No, yeah, it is. Because many students, that's what I tell, at first class I tell the reality to the student. I'm like, because many, they have this idea, like many things in life, let's vamos a brindar, cheers.
Salud. This guy, man,
Brindis.
Man, Felipe is like feeling starved out. He's over here just staring at the bottle at the side of us.
Brindingis.
All right, Flippy, here.
Bueno, salud.
All right, salud.
Cheers. We're filming on an iPhone now, we switched up.
Yeah, you can imagine the bad. But anyway. So the thing is, I tell the reality, like, you're not going to be fluent in 1 month.
So how long? Okay, wait. 2 questions. I got 2 questions for you.
Sí.
First question is, from which country are your best students, firstly? You think.
I already know.
Where?
Germany, Switzerland.
Germany. Why is that?
Because their brain is different.
What?
Oh!
No, it's true.
Yeah.
No, it's true because they are used to languages. When they speak Spanish, they already speak English
and German.
And no, most of them, but I would say like 60% French.
And they probably are more disciplined in studying stuff.
Yeah, they are.
You got some Canadians. I'm Canadians, by the way, and American guys.
No.
Come
it's
down
only
it's
Americans from England and Australia.
Okay, so good.
Yeah,
so
but French has more connection to Spanish than any other
that is true.
Like countries like Italian, Spanish, French.
Yeah, but they don't come here to study that much.
No, but what I mean, your best students.
See, of course, because of
are
this.
The ones that have a kind of connection with French.
So and also because when they are in school, they learn from the beginning, like very small. I mean, when they are like very young. So and also they are not scared about learning a language.
But they don't have the pena. They're not afraid to sound.
No, whatever. It's not only the pena. It's the fear of not being smart enough. That's something that I have realized with my students as well.
That the Germans feel that they're smart enough.
Yeah, and Switzerland.
They're confident.
Confident. Also from Netherlands as well. They are not like, I'm going to make this. I understand it.
So wait. So obviously, if somebody comes here and they're like,
so Europeans, you mean like
Euros?
Well, not only Europeans.
Call it Euros?
No, all of them, because somehow students from Sweden, Norway, also kind of struggle. Not that much as Americans, but they still kind of like the confidence, like the Germans and people from Switzerland.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
What would you say is a fair amount, like for the average person? Because I'm sure you've seen some people like, wow, I can't believe I just gave, like they're super fast. And
Yeah,
others
like
you're like,
with German.
they can't even say hola. There's like hola, and you're like, yo, we have 18 classes. You still saying hola like our boy Leo. I'm gonna call you out on this one. Who he's got a Colombian mother, and he'd been here for 2 years. And I still remember. You can comment if you want, Leo, but I remember you 2 years in living here ordering sopa de linternas. I'm telling you guys what that means right now, by the way. Lentejas are lentils.
Lentil soup.
Lentil soup. And he said linternas.
Linternas, which is...
Lamp. It's like lamp soup. So he ordered
Lamp soup.
Flashlight. Yeah, like a flashlight.
But
soup.
there's something very cool about learning a Spanish. A language.
Yeah.
Because when I was learning English, for example, I remember my roommates, they used to call me, when I would tell you how, because I didn't know how to say toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
And back in that time, 2010, smartphones weren't not that popular as they are right now. But I say, okay, I need toilet paper. But of course, I didn't know the word toilet paper.
Hygienic paper.
How can I say this?
TP.
So then I was like, sorry guys, do you have ass paper?
Ass paper.
Ass paper.
Ass
And they
paper.
were like, ass paper? Wow. And they just like, hello, ass paper. how
Anything
you
to do with
doing?
ass is funny. Honestly, I was 21, and I won't tell you how old I am now. I was in Acapulco. I was
Sí.
just learning to speak Spanish also. But I was teaching myself. So back then we didn't
So
have
it's
that
about
either.
you.
No, but that's something very cool. I mean, you make mistakes, but I mean, that's something that, for example, these people like Germans, as I told you, they're not afraid about making a mistake or.
But you can make
being
bad
a
mistakes,
fool.
and I'll
yeah,
tell. Wait,
very
wait.
bad. But I always tell my students, don't worry, enjoy
That's how you
it.
learn,
That's
yeah.
part of the
That's how you learn.
process.
It
That's
depends,
part-
man. I mean-
even after some years, because I started learning English in 2010. Right now, you can notice my English is not perfect, but I don't care. I mean, it's not my first language, but I just don't care anymore about like, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I didn't conjugate. Oh, I forgot
But there are some words. There are some
Mistakes
words
make you
that
learn.
can mess
Oh,
you up.
sure. Like año, for example.
And that's mine. I
Año.
said that out loud. Honestly, I was in Mexico. The music was going. We were all chilling at a cafe, and this woman looked over at my table, and I thought I was fly as fuck. I'm like, oh. She's
Say-
like,
say
hey,
año.
¿cuántos años tienes? Which is how many?
Say año.
How old are you?
How old are you? And
Which is
well,
how many
and I was
years do
like,
you
and
have?
I felt good because I had practiced this shit like all my thing leading up to this trip, and so I was teaching myself. And right as I was about to answer, it was like a movie. The electricity went off,
No.
and I was yelling, and I said,
No.
"Tengo 21 años," like that, which
He's the
actually
anus
anos,
guy.
which means I have 21 assholes.
Anuses.
Oh my
And
God,
everybody was
anuses.
laughing their ass off.
Well,
Anus
I
man.
just have one. I'm fine with one. If you want to be
21's
12,
challenging.
like,
That's challenging. 21.
yeah,
I'd like
that's
to
what
have
I.
21.
That's what I do with my students. Like practicing actually the pronunciation
I'd
because
like
they
to
think the
have
ñ is just something like an N with
Yeah.
like something cute on top. No, that's one letter. That's our special, beautiful, amazing letter. That I
So
have.
I got a question
Yeah,
for you, Vio.
Mm-hmm.
Vio, have you ever had sex with a student?
No.
Wait, okay. Well,
wait.
okay,
What
okay.
is this?
Yeah.
Is
No.
that like a translation into no?
Okay.
No, I say porque of course I have had like hot students, but no, because guys they say no, we don't talk, whatever they talk, and foreigners. I mean now when they say in español, el mundo es un pañuelo. What's the translation for that in English?
I don't
Nicer?
know. It's a small world.
Yeah, it's a small word. It is. I
Well, who cares?
can tell. No.
Who cares if it's small?
No, they care because
Do you
honestly,
care?
they care. I had another student. They hired another teacher, but right now she's not.
That is so loud. But that's the shot clock.
Just about to get
The
good.
shot clock. All right.
But I
Wait.
will continue.
Keep
so
that.
the thing is
Yeah,
like,
keep
Why are our
talking.
bottles at the same level? And this okay, wait.
Keep talking.
Think about this. Your bottle's supposed to be at least
no.
1, 2 more less than me.
That is.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. Are you kidding?
It's
yeah,
not.
Guys.
yeah, it is. It is.
So
it
you're
is.
not drinking.
No.
That means you're not
No,
drinking.
it is.
I just
Anyway,
splashed mine.
All right,
No,
all right.
no,
So
no.
Vio
Pero
was saying that she
Is
wants
that
to.
Vio or Gio?
she was teaching. Right now, she's not teaching.
Who?
This teacher that I'm not going to say her name, of course.
Carla.
But no, of course, Carla, no.
Carla would
No, I
never
don't
sleep
think
with a
she's
student
like that.
Carla.
She's
Vita.
hot, but she's not fucking a student.
But she would never sleep with a student. No one would sleep
But
with
I
a
don't know. I just don't.
I was a teacher. and
By
I
the way,
had sex
everybody
with
in
her.
this room has been a teacher at some point in their life.
See.
You guys
No, I would
No,
never.
you
I
don't.
would never cross that.
But the
line.
thing is, like, I remember
I
this student. He was telling me like, her classes come with a BJ included. Or like,
Oh.
Wait, what?
Wait, guys. We don't promote
what's her
that
name?
type of
Wait,
thing.
BJ.
What? BJ included.
Yo no hablo español.
Wait.
Yo
You
no
get more
entendí.
BJs the less.
Bueno,
Spanish
salud,
you speak.
sí,
I
salud.
don't know. I just
Where'd you
drank
come?
mine.
Oh.
7
oh,
years
sorry.
back.
Bueno,
Yeah.
salud. Pero anyway, yo lo voy a tomar
All right.
entonces.
Salud,
All right,
salud.
okay, wait.
Cheers, girl.
This is like this creepy guy behind me going, "Give me one, give me one."
Es
I'm
una
like,
gallina.
Come on, man. I'm not.
¿Qué
just-
gallina? A ver, pussies, gallinas,
Yeah.
hens,
Gallina.
hens.
That's a BJ with a teacher.
All right.
Wait,
so
Sophia, you never slept. Let's.
show-
No,
Said
no,
no,
because
she
I'm
always
always
said
thinking like they are going to tell. Maybe, you don't know.
Yeah.
And what would they tell?
So, but wait.
They can tell that, oh, I fucked my Spanish teacher. It's like, no way.
What was that word?
¿Qué?
Fucked. We don't use those
Culiar?
type of words on this podcast.
Julián is
No.
fucked, by the way.
Yeah.
No,
Fuck,
me
fuck is
culié, me
Julián.
culié a mi profesor de español. No.
Me la comí.
Me la comí.
Wait. So you.
I fucked my Spanish teacher. Me comí mi profesor de
That's
español.
amazing. Like you could make so many people's vacations.
No,
like think about it. Like tell.
No.
Okay,
It's just
not at
no.
all.
It's just no.
Well, Jason,
Well,
you
okay.
wait, Jason,
What?
Jason. You taught English for many. How many years you teach English for?
9.
Andrew, how many years you taught English for?
4.
4 or 9. Have you
know,
two?
I know.
You see, this is. Have you
two
two
what?
ever
Obviamente,
had
no, yo-
sexual relations with a student?
Absolutely not. No, I can attest that I'd never have with a student that was in my class
While teaching, no.
while teaching.
While teaching, they never had.
No. Obviously, like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
that's
for
right now,
example.
I'm not teaching. I'm still teaching,
No,
and I
no,
will
but
teach
like-
forever.
No, but like
I
for
love
example,
it.
like,
It's like
after
no,
they were
no
done,
way.
when they were
No,
like,
no,
like,
no,
when they
for
were
me,
done,
it's no.
yeah, like after like okay, I went out on a date with a couple girls that I
Yeah.
taught, but not while I was teaching because.
So you slept with them after teaching?
You could
You
say
just
so.
come on. let's
Like
be
a couple of years
So
later.
here's the one thing that
Yes,
hope-
yes.
hope-
Okay,
hope-
yes.
hope
Like
it-
a couple of years
But I would
later,
never
yes.
do it. I would never do it while I was teaching.
While I was teaching.
There's hope.
No.
There's hope for me with Vio because she's never been my teacher, so I'm gonna keep trying.
Okay, so Vio, so I got another question. So
Bueno,
what do you do because you're a beautiful woman? What do you do when like your student starts hitting on you? Like
Well, I'm kind of good at like not only doing like the friend zone, but also like
Woohoo!
welcome to the
You're
student zone.
The student.
that's a new zone. A new zone.
Hashtag
The student
student
zone.
Don't
What's
just-
the student zone?
It is a
The
student
student
It is a
zone,
student
no,
zone.
There's
it's like-
like I only
Alright.
see you during class and
Yeah.
Wait, how many of all out of 5 students?
But wait,
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
You're a teacher, and you know that like anybody in the world, you teach foreigners, so you know that anybody can be in love with you because you're the teacher. Like you're
No, I
that
think
prospect.
they can fall.
You're like,
You
oh
You're on a
my
pedestal.
god,
As a
you're
teacher,
in a
yeah.
pedestal. Yeah. So,
And you drink whiskey
yeah.
on camera.
Yeah. So.
No,
Why
I
would you-
understand
why
because
would you
also
handle that?
because the weather and the way I dress sometimes, obviamente.
The
Pero,
way I
The
dress.
way you dress sometimes.
yeah, because many people they have the idea of the teacher like with the long pants, whatever. Or
And you come in booty shorts.
sometimes.
You come in this mini skirt to teach.
Sometimes.
Stand up for a second, Viola. Let's see. Wait.
No, but-
Wait. You might be taking a private German class in Germany. We talked about the Germans. When you come to Medellin,
Better not be
can
jerking
you
off.
please stand up for a second?
This
Not
is
that
what you're
fast.
gonna get.
Stand up for a second. Don't be shy.
I
1 second.
Vuelta.
No, but she's a beautiful girl, and you gotta understand.
She's a very
I
good
guess they
teacher.
can already see from here, like somehow.
But she is a very good teacher.
Yeah, she's a very good
So
teacher.
my thing is.
Of course, they have more motivation.
This is a
Actually,
family
this
show.
is something like so funny. A month ago, I had a student. He had some problems with his wife.
Okay.
Oh.
The thing is like
Chisme.
we study online. He's in Florida.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So you get paid for teaching people in Florida?
Yeah,
While
I
being
also
here?
teach online. Sí.
So do you charge more?
Yeah, is it the same rate? 50,000?
Sí.
Okay.
You gotta charge more.
But in dollars because the bank thing,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a rate. It's,
Okay, so good. So he's got problems.
Entonces, so she
Oh,
got so
yeah.
jealous.
This is gonna have
because,
subtitles?
Well, also, I'm trying to be my lessons to be fun and whatever, not only
Yeah.
just like bar. Because I'm not that kind of teacher. Because I hated that about my English teachers.
They were boring.
Like boring. I'm like,
It's like
I don't
Andrew
want
and
to be
Jason.
that kind of
No,
teacher.
we were not boring. My students.
So anyway,
say
we were laughing at class, and she was jealous because she heard the.
Well, you
laughing.
put on that
And
whole
that-
Sofia
oh,
Vergara
really?
laugh.
Over the computer?
Yeah, she was there and she was like, "You are flirting." And then I remember this student. He told me.
She's topless.
No, you know what is the worst part? Because this is the camera from here. So it's like whatever. And sometimes it's like very early in the morning. I'm like, no makeup or whatever. It's like I don't need this for online lessons.
Right.
But the thing is, he told me, please. So let's make this serious. I'm like,
She's gonna be jealous
Don't
if you
laugh.
laugh.
she was jealous of that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
There's a
oh,
pitch
well, I was
in
feeling like,
laughter
oh, I
that
feel
women
so
can
sorry about
hear.
you because your marriage might be
Yeah,
like
it's kinda
merciful.
terrible.
or
Well,
whatever.
Well, I hope that you worked it out.
I don't know, but she was just so jealous.
Wait. Okay.
So our lessons right now is like no laughing.
You just no video, just audio lessons.
No, it's video,
Oh,
but
Video,
I'm
but
just
you're
no.
very serious.
I mean, like
You
my
wear a
personality,
mustache.
bubbly,
You know
the way I am. So I'm just more serious. Like, okay, let's go to
we're over here.
business.
We're over here dying to ask some really some solid questions. So yo, Intended, blah blah blah, black sheep. Fuck you guys. Anyways, what's the most awkward moment other than this fucking one? Where because he's looking at me.
Awkward
all
moment with a
crazy. What's
student.
the most awkward moment with a student?
I see. I know.
Oh, you gotta tell us. You gotta tell us now. You gotta tell us now.
Bro.
No, we're
Come on now. Bueno, many don't know, like foreigners don't know that hygiene is very important in Colombia.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, guys.
Okay,
Like,
that's a
very
Hygiene.
important.
Hygiene.
Hygiene in Colombia, a whole podcast on it.
Let's drink to hygiene. All
Alright,
right.
let's drink the hygiene.
I gotta drink a half bottle of Jack Daniels. by
Guys,
myself.
I think
Wow.
foreigners can afford
This is not good.
a deodorant at least.
Okay.
They can afford, but
All
they
right.
just don't buy it. That's
It's
it.
not fucking good.
No shit. Sorry.
No,
man.
but I remember this student and
Oh.
and first class, and he was okay, smelling like very strong. And I said,
Like bad or
Like
good?
bad?
bad,
Badly
like
like
very
strong
bad, like
or
very like the
Badly-
smell,
badly strong.
the bad smell was so.
Oh wait,
strong.
let me guess. He was either French or Belgian.
No, none of them.
Neither.
No.
Australian.
Shit.
Yeah.
Australian. Okay.
Yeah, no, but I don't want people to think that Australians are all that way.
No,
because
no,
it's
but
not.
they're backpackers.
And
I
it's
mean,
not only happening with Australians. Like even from many nationalities, I already had this situation, but not this bad.
Do you carry like a little deodorant stick? But think about that. And you can put that on your website. The only teacher that carries
No,
a
mira, toma
deodorant stick
esto, es
transparent.
un kit, el kit y
Like
the
a
class
fish kit
comes
when you
with
go to
a
jail?
hygiene kit.
Yeah, imagine you start all your classes with a little.
This is
fucking
my
bar of soap and
startup,
some water,
like
just-
Spanish.
Yeah.
Let's learn.
Hygiene kit,
This is gonna be your
Jabón.
jabón,
Your first.
desodorante, cepillo,
Desodorante.
crema
Crema
de
dental.
Man, you know-
crema dental.
Esto es agua.
Yo, you guys,
No,
you
but more
guys.
than water is the
Yo me
deodorant.
baño.
Is the deodorant.
Wait, I don't wanna cut the story. I'm just saying, man.
That was
you know,
the thing is like he
Alright,
was so
keep-
smelly that second class, first class I was like, okay, maybe he was at the gym, whatever. Second
He was
class,
at the gym.
second class was like, no, it's too much. And I was trying to be like with this.
Get out of the fridge,
Oh my
yeah.
god. And actually the people at the coffee shop, they were like, tu estudiante huele como fuertecito.
What does that mean?
What does that
Subtitles, please.
mean?
Your student
Yeah,
smells
yeah.
a little. I got you.
Yeah.
A little strong.
Yeah.
The Indians smell
Huele
like
como
curry.
fuertecito. Y yo, sí.
No,
The
¿Qué?
Indians smell
Okay,
like
okay.
curry. Indians smell like curry.
Ay, sí, no, pero no. Eso, I prefer curry. Like,
Wow. Bro.
No.
Very
Es
important.
que no,
Like,
curry.
wait.
I cook with curry, but I
All right,
don't
okay,
cook with
wait.
curry.
Come
Like, what the
close to the
fuck?
mic. Come to the mic for a second and be quiet. I'm gonna ask you a question. Come close to the mic. Come close.
Okay.
What did that student smell like? One word now.
¿Cuál?
The student.
Student.
The smell. What does
it smell?
What
One
it
word.
is? What,
Smell.
like how
One
would you
word.
describe it in one word?
We say here chucha de loco. It's
Chucha
like
de loco.
What does that mean?
It's like the worst homeless ever in your life, something
Yeah.
like that.
Like, you know, like a guy that sniffs glue all day.
Oh.
Plus
lives on the
you
street.
know, and
How
all
many
that shit,
classes
and
did you
then-
give to him? And
No,
how
no,
did
no.
you-
But the thing is, like, second class, I told him, you know what? Because he wanted to live here, as many. If you really want to live here, you have to change your habits because there is no care that is going to be with you if you smell like
I bet you
that.
there-
Oh, that's still not
that's a tip. That's a tip.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not
no.
here. That guy's not here.
He lived here for 6 years.
Under a bridge.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
No, you cannot.
I know who it is. I know who it
I
is.
shouldn't have said.
Don't say.
No, there's a
But
lie.
anyway, the thing is, like, he changed. Next class, third class, he was like smelling like perfectly and amazing, and he was so
Wow, he
handsome
discovered
with the
water.
cologne and everything. I was like, and then yeah, he was here. He had girlfriends. He had a life
Wow, good
and
for him.
everything.
You
and
see,
it's like-
hygiene can change your life, man.
of course.
Yeah.
Chuck,
Well,
wait.
you never know.
But it's
people's
like no one is
situations
going
either.
to tell that shit because I mean,
What
my
do you mean, people's
personality is like
situation?
that.
Wait. What people's situation? If a guy's coming
No.
here-
Oh, okay, like a
No
situation
one
is
is
like
telling you.
people that come from a first world nation,
Sí.
like Australia or United States or
Yeah.
United Kingdom, they come to South America thinking that they're gonna go backpack in the middle of a jungle,
See.
right? So, and they come to do that. So they don't come prepared.
And
They
what
don't-
happens when they see the pharmacy selling deodorants?
It's
Well,
not-
okay. Valid point.
Okay.
Valid point. But that's not their mentality when they're out here. They're like, I want to experience this, and maybe they don't even care.
But
Wait,
it's
wait,
not only that.
wait. I agree with what he's saying. We're gonna get. This is like an interlude to like some other podcasts coming up.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about? I know people coming here. We're gonna get back to the languages thing. A dude with like really long, bushy arm.
Yeah, that's
Do
what
you
I was
like
going
that?
to say actually, because sometimes the hair, of course, and sweating and all that stuff, and it's not only this; it's also the kind of deodorant. Because I had another student,
Yeah,
and then the
Rasta.
thing is like he was with this smell as well. But he was like, well, I use deodorant. And then I say, well, what kind? The spray?
What kind?
Yeah, no, it's true. Because
Yeah.
I have friends, Colombian friends. The spray doesn't work.
If
and
someone asks for
cream.
them,
They use cream
for
them.
them.
Deodorant.
Yeah.
My Colombian friends. And
What is a cream deodorant?
I am
You've
an
never seen it?
example.
Like out of
The
like a
spray
toothpaste?
deodorant.
For men.
No, it's a cream.
No, it comes like normal.
Yeah.
And you just do it like
Are
this.
they
and that's
for
it.
No,
It's cream.
it's not a cream. It's
No,
not.
no, it's a cream.
It's cream.
Like they got a lotion their
Yeah,
underarms.
yes.
No lotion because it's clinical, but it's cream. Because if I
It's
do,
cream.
for example, if I do the spray, it's not working for me here.
Some
It's
people
not
use
working.
limon.
No, yeah, you just get
Limon
fucking up
equals
for
lime.
it. It's the other. That thing
Spoiler
is like,
alert, that shit don't fly.
I told him like, you are not this kind of people that the spray works for them.
So
No.
did you end up
maybe
hooking
you're
up-
Like,
did you
like
hook up
me
with him
and
after?
my friends is cream.
Did you hook
He
up-
changed and the smell changed like.
But
So-
wait, the guy that
so
got.
So you dated
Totally.
him.
So you dated
No,
him
no,
after.
no. No, it's my student.
Okay, wait. Okay, so he's your student.
No.
We understand you never dated long armpit boy. You never dated. you never dated the guy that needed cream. Never fucking
No,
armpit
my
cream.
ex-boyfriend
guy.
uses that kind of deodorant, the cream, because the other one is not working. And it's not
Okay.
only my ex-boyfriend.
I
it's
have
also-
never used cream, but wait.
But that depends on your body.
No, okay.
I mean,
Give some
No,
advice. Give some advice. You're a Spanish teacher, right?
Sí.
Obviously. A guy's coming to this
Make
country.
sure the kind of deodorant works for you.
So
That's it.
deodorant's the first tip. So a guy comes up, he's hot, he smells, assuming that the man has hygiene, and he's talking to the Spanish teacher, and he's gonna hit on you.
No.
Wait, he is gonna hit on you.
Yeah, sure,
He
but
will,
it's like,
he will.
no, don't even try it.
Don't even try it. Come on.
But it's
No.
good practice. It's good practice.
What do you think he should, apart from deodorant, what's another tip you'd give a guy coming here?
No,
Shot time!
How many?
Wait a second,
shots
Ricky, come on,
are
do it
we
again.
doing? 3, 1.
Wait,
Come on, they have a chain.
Alright, that's very annoying.
That's a
Yeah, we
good
need a
memory.
better one.
That's a good memory with Joel.
The video is literally called the most annoying alarm sound in the world.
oh, that makes sense.
It does
That makes
sound like-
sense.
Okay, so Vio.
Sí.
So if you are a student of Spanish in Medellin, would you advise that person actually go and take classes before they get to Medellin, or
Yeah, sure, 100%.
Right.
100%?
100%. Because your
They're
experience
good
is
at
going to
the
be way different.
Right.
Way
Why?
different.
Why way different?
Because, for example, something just like the first thing that you face, not only like in Latin America, any country, is like the airport, taxistas, and you're like,
Yeah, you don't want to.
I just can't imagine being in Europe without English. It's like,
Right.
oh my God.
Hey, there's
Hey,
Erica.
what's up?
Erica.
The middle of stuff.
So yeah, no, it's very important. It's very, very, very important to know at least the survival things, like what to tell to the taxi driver, how
Right.
to
How to get
ask for
somewhere.
like where are the taxis or something like that. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay, so another question. So if someone's, let's say, in another country, they want to hire you as a teacher, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can go to my website, socialspanish.co, or Facebook, socialspanish.co as well, or Instagram. Social, ¿cómo se dice? Raya abajo.
Underscore.
Yeah, social_Spanish.
Okay.
And wait. What, like, I really want to know, because if, let's say I was coming into Medellin or any other place and I was, I knew a few words like hola and como se llamas.
Hola?
And I wanted to know a little and
Me llamo
linternas. And I wanted to, I'm like, hey, I want to come down to
Alright, drink
Medellin
mine.
I want to come down to Medellin because
that's his or-
I want to learn
Mine.
some Spanish. Like, there's different levels of Spanish, beginner, intermediate, advanced.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to leave here with a high beginner level, like they can at least read
Like
things,
intermediate.
understand.
Intermediate,
Yeah. Intermediate's a big word for me, but
Bueno.
what? How many classes private do you think they would need? And like, if there were like a student that went home and did some studying and
Yeah,
stuff.
I would
Yeah,
say
like a good
at least 10 hours per week, but no,
Okay.
because I would say 20 hours per week of class. That would be more money for me or whatever. But it's not about the money. It's about 10 hours with me and go out, make friends,
Yeah.
talk to someone else, or hire another teacher.
Right.
Because you get used to the voice. You get
Yeah.
used to me.
But 10 hours a week
I
for how
agree.
long?
For 1 week, 10 hours for 1 week, and to be intermedio, I would say, honestly, 3 months.
3 months at 10 hours a week.
See,
But
but
that's the
no,
normal
wait, but 10 hours with a teacher and making sure that you are practicing every
Every
day.
day.
So let's see that. 10 times 4
Whatever,
is 40.
do that with whatever, with Tinder or a friend.
So that's 120
or another-
hours. You would
Or
say
whatever.
120 hours.
That depends on you. And study by yourself, because memorizing the verbs, there are a bunch of apps to memorize words,
Yeah.
verbs, whatever. It's just doing a lot of self-study, because as I was saying before, it's like when you are fat. When you come to me, you're fat. So I'm the personal trainer, but when you come to the gym, you work out.
Yeah.
But you know that success of workout is the diet.
Okay.
So I am the gym, the personal trainer, but if you don't do the diet, which is like practicing with other
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
studying by yourself, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
All
It's
right.
like, I'm not Jesus.
Exactly.
I always telling my students, I'm not Jesus.
You're not
I don't
Jesus.
make miracles.
You are Jesus.
I'm not Jesus.
You
I'm
are the
sorry.
female Jesus. I have a question, because when I am learning a new language, I learn French and some Portuguese and some Italian. The first thing I want to know is how do I say fuck? What is fuck in Spanish?
You say what?
Muchas
Fuck.
palabras, many words.
Okay,
Like,
all right. So what's like
puta,
the
no sé qué.
worst words in Spanish? Like,
No, pero la más importante, yo decía Hueputa.
Hueputa.
Pues that's the
What
one
is it,
for
hueputa?
word. Hueputa.
Hijueputa?
or
You say
Yeah,
hueputa.
but the thing is, like, the origin of the word is hijo de puta, which is like mother.
Son of a-
Son of a-
Yeah, son of a
Son
bitch.
of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bitch.
Son of
Guys,
a-
Hijo de
I'm just saying,
puta.
like, my religion doesn't allow me to participate in this conversation.
But wait,
So-
but hijo
Fuck
de...
your religion.
But hijo de
Hijo
puta.
de puta.
Hijo de puta. Una
Hijo de
puta en
puta,
español.
your religion?
A puta in
Is a
Spanish.
prostitute.
Is a prostitute.
Like son of
Don't
a
get it twisted
prostitute.
because a son of a bitch
Okay.
is like
Bitch
a
is
son of a
perra.
female
Bitch
dog.
is perra. Sí,
Okay.
sí,
Yeah,
sí, sí.
perra. So,
Perra.
so bitch is perra. Puta
Claro.
is
Prostituta.
Or whore.
A whore.
This is
Son of a
actually
whore.
lesson 3 in Vio's module.
No,
if
kind
any-
of, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
really make sure that I teach also this because most teachers, they don't teach the informal thing because that's not the language and blah, blah, blah. But I don't only teach the bad words, but also like the things about the culture because it's very important. Like, I was telling Andrew one day that some students, they don't even understand what the girls tell when they are having sex because they don't understand. So I say, she told me something like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
And like, que rico. Ah, sí, que rico.
And he thought you were saying that he's rich.
Oh,
and
you
he's
know
got
what
money.
happened? Because I remember
What-
one day,
what rich?
one day
What
I
a
was,
rich man you are.
I mean,
Okay,
I was, we
rich
were at
American.
Pergamino, we were at
Alright,
Pergamino, I
hold
said,
on.
uy, este café, uy, que rico este café. And he was like,
For me,
Que
que
rico.
rico is always sexual.
No, for me, no.
No.
But he was like, oh, that's what she said,
You
que
eat,
rico.
you eat ice cream. Oh, que rico. That's
Yeah,
sexual.
sexual.
No.
Sexual.
Okay,
Tú-
so
tú-
okay,
vos
so
no, tú tienes
for the
problema.
non-Spanish speaking crowd, what is que rico?
Que rico is how delicious or como like, I like it, I don't know. It's
Oh,
muy
well,
bien,
in
entonces-
sex it would be like,
But
oh,
in sex,
so
like,
good.
Oh, it's so good. Que rico, sí.
Oh,
No,
so-
obviamente.
Oh, you're so good.
What's another thing? What's another
Más
thing?
duro, harder.
Más duro.
Más duro,
People
harder.
say that?
Obvio.
Oh, I didn't know.
Pero que hables más duro. Like,
No,
que hables-
más duro.
Más duro.
But of course, if you don't know the meaning of más duro, you don't even understand that the girl is asking for, you know.
Like,
What is she
harder.
asking?
Maybe,
What is happening?
Or louder.
yeah. Maybe
No, louder, harder.
Scream louder,
It's the
man.
Spanish, it's not the boys. What the fuck? Oh my
Yeah.
God, no.
Louder.
I'm trying
Shut
to
up and
cool
do it hard.
this down. I'm trying to
Oh,
cool
there's no
this
need to
down.
Maybe he was saying Maduro.
No, él es virgen, yo creo.
Maduro.
Like the
Oh,
Venezuela.
you were Venezuelan, Maduro.
Maduro. ¿Qué?
All right, so okay. In your opinion, what's the worst thing that you could say in Spanish? Like the worst bad word? Oh shit.
En Medellín, I would say piro o gonorrea.
What is
Oh,
that?
okay. What's a piro?
Piro. And this is
Time.
No, no, the
Last shot.
Everybody do the
Last
robot.
shot. Last
No.
shot.
Everybody robot
Last
time.
shot.
Robot.
Robot.
Come on, Jason.
¿Qué voy a hacer así?
Hey, Seth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ay,
All right.
no.
So this is the last shot, Vio.
Sí, sí, el último,
it is.
el último y la última.
You were telling us what is a piro.
Piro, es que there's no way to translate this to English.
Like, so if you
What
call
is
someone a
so-
piro,
But it's someone that is so bad. It's like the mix of asshole, motherfucker, what else?
Gonorrea.
No, en inglés, en inglés.
Wait,
No,
wait.
por eso. Es lo mismo.
A mix of an asshole and a motherfucker.
so piro is a really bad word, and so is gonorrhea.
Sí,
And
gonorrea is softer than piro.
But gonorrhea translates to gonorrhea.
Yeah,
It's
the
like-
thing is like nowadays people they are using like, hey dude, hey, nea. Nea is the short
It's the
version
short
of
version
gonorrea.
of gonorrhea.
Oh,
Nea
yeah.
is the short for
Yes.
gonorrhea.
Gonorrea.
Here, give that.
Yeah.
Nea is the short for
Yeah.
gonorrhea.
Yes.
Now, sí.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I didn't
Nea.
know that. I didn't know that.
Como,
I didn't
okay,
know
no, nea,
Seriously?
gonorrea.
that. No, I thought it was a Nea was like a ghetto girl.
No.
That's not
Nea's
a nea?
like
It
nea.
is,
It
but
is.
it's a derivative of that word.
Yeah, it's a
So,
derivative.
ghetto girl is a derivative of the word gonorrhea,
Gonorrhea.
which is a sexually transmitted disease.
No,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
no, which
Kind
is
of.
slang for dog.
What about
my
here's a
homeboy.
big word you guys are gonna learn, and I embarrassed myself because I try to like
Ah,
assimilate.
yo me lo tomé.
So I use the word chimba.
Chimba, sí, pero chimba es otra cosa. De hecho, chimba podemos poner el link
What is
aquí.
chimba? What does chimba mean?
Chimba es muchas cosas, pero yo hice un video. I made a video about this word
She
on
did.
We're gonna link
YouTube.
to
I
that.
have a YouTube channel.
So tell us, chimba. What does chimba mean?
Chimba, many things. Like chimba,
Okay,
first
wait.
of all,
Use chimba in a sentence.
Something's nice.
chimba is cool. But one thing, make sure you use it in the right context.
Okay,
because
wait, Jason, use the word chimba in a sentence.
What?
Use the word
¡Qué
in a
chimba!
sentence.
Este podcast es una chimba.
This
This
Este podcast es una
so
chimba.
cool. Es una
For
chimba.
example-
I'm gonna call you out because that's basically Andrew's catchphrase. Medellin es una chimba.
Ah, Medellín
Yeah, I
es
love
una chimba.
Medellín.
Sí, sí.
La
Sí,
chimba.
¿entiendes?
And all social media.
La chimba is
Medellin.
different.
No, la
What's la
chimba
chimba?
es no fucking way.
What's
No
la
fucking
chimba?
way.
Si tú me dices,
Well,
yo
it's
le
an
tomo eso ya.
expression.
No, la
No, la
chimba.
chimba.
No fucking
Like,
way. No,
no,
I'm not
la
trying
chimba,
to
no.
shot. La chimba, no.
Well, you know what? I'd love to see a student graduate VO's first class and use the word chimba.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys see us in the street and you're like, yo, your podcast is la chimba.
Oh,
That would be the shit.
We're gonna give you a free
chimba.
coffee.
Sería una chimba. It would be
Sería
a
una
chimba.
chimba.
It
Sería
would
una
be the
chimba.
shit.
And so
Sería
chimba
una
means
chimba.
what? Like cool? Like kick
Cool
ass? Like Cheeto?
also means pussy, of course. Como
Wait, you see, this is where the shit just
What?
took a turn. We're going
vagina,
cool and now we're saying...
vagina.
Esa chimba es una
So
chimba.
chimba means...
Sí,
you
una
could
chimba es
say-
una chimba. Pues, let's say you're having sex. Me gusta tu chimba, no sé. I don't know.
Can you actually say
I
that?
will use that.
Can you say
Well,
that?
if your girl is nasty, because like, oh no, chimba.
But what do you mean by nasty? Like nasty?
No, because you know what? I had another student or friend, whatever, he said, oh, she didn't like when I say, me gusta culiar. I say, what?
Then you with the wrong girl.
She
you
was
with the
like,
wrong
no,
girl.
no culiar. Hacer el amor. I was like, hacer el amor. ¿Qué?
Oh, well, you can make love.
Did you say this is awkward?
Yeah, but
You don't like
they're
make
not
love?
But that-
boyfriend and girlfriend.
culiar is
That's
like for el
awkward.
culo,
Make love.
Yeah, but the girl is just like some girls they don't like the bad words. It's like no, be like romantic.
solapar.
I only like
whatever.
girls that like to be
Sí.
choked.
Oh my gosh, it's like no, we're not making love. We're having sex. What the
You
fuck?
ever got any like horny old men as your students?
Oh yes, and
What
that was
about-
horrible. Because back in that time, I used to post my lessons or advertise my lessons on Craigslist. Because I came from the States, so I knew about Craigslist.
Yeah, you know about Craigslist, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this guy, thanks to that guy, I learned the word cunt.
Oh, that's a good word. Listen, I'm dating a girl that owns a restaurant. And I told her, I'm like, listen, how many foreign older men do you think come in there and then they go home and they do their dirty stuff?
Uy, no.
When I say the dirty stuff, you adults, you know what I mean, and I
What,
assume
like
it's
masturbate?
Like jacking off?
Are we allowed to say that?
Jacking off is not-
Jacking. How
That's
many
not
people do
dirty,
you think?
like, I go home and masturbate all the time.
Yeah, me too.
I don't do it all the time. I go home, I eat food, I sleep, I do push-ups, I do a lot of different things. I read.
Okay.
But how many? Do you ever feel like? If you ever feel like uncomfortable with a guy, like there's some you're in there, you're teaching the class, and you realize he's not there for studying.
No, that's not happening actually. No anymore. After I ¿cómo se dice?
You learned.
Yeah, after this experience with this guy,
Yeah.
no.
So why is Carla a better teacher than you are?
No, she's one. Carla is second.
What do you mean?
Why are you bringing
Damn
Carla?
it! I just want to know why
Carla's
Carla
not even in the
Diaz-
country, by the way.
Why is she a better student than Violeta?
Just
Violeta.
Students, what do you
Student,
mean?
no, I mean,
She gets
teacher.
better students?
Teachers?
¿Cómo
She's a better
así?
teacher than you?
I mean, it's different.
But she's a better teacher, but why is she a better teacher?
No, I would say it's different because I've been teaching for almost 8 years.
Okay.
She has been teaching for 3 years. She's good, but the
What makes
experience-
Carla good as a teacher?
She's
In
beautiful.
my opinion, her personality.
And
You
she's
mean like the
beautiful.
ha 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 ha, or like
Let
what?
me
Like
teach
what?
you some English. I love it.
No, because something very important about learning a language is feeling comfortable.
Comfortable, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's very
So, but you're like something like very strict like that. It's no way. So, but
Yeah.
her personality is like she's chill out, making you feel comfortable.
Are there any women that want to come to Medellin and learn Spanish but want like a male teacher, like the Latin lover
No,
type?
normally,
Like a
yeah.
Daniel.
Actually, I get
Daniel
most
gets so
my
much
most
play.
my students are guys. But
Most of them are guys.
Yeah,
Like
and,
what?
and I can attest that Daniel from Toucan, all his fucking students are women.
Really?
They're a bunch of
yeah,
flat
I mean,
whites.
it makes sense. It makes
They're a bunch of
completely
flat
sense.
whites, Well, you ever had a flat white?
Hija mía, flat white.
Yeah, you gotta go to Hija mía and have a flat white.
He's talking about coffees. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
but all his girlfriends were all his girlfriends.
That's
all
nice,
his,
that's nice,
all his
that's nice.
students were a bunch of flat whites.
Okay, the thing is like, yeah, it's normal. It's normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's normal. So
It's
is there?
normal.
If I'm going to China, I'm not getting a Chinese male guy to teach me English.
Yeah.
You're
it
getting a
doesn't make
Chinese
sense.
girl.
No,
But do
I want
girls?
a hermaphrodite.
But I get also like girls, and I don't know how I become friends. Also. I don't know. I mean, like whatever.
I love alcohol.
This is the point where we do our last shot.
Jack Daniels. Wait, do we go off on this?
On that note,
A few minutes ago we were saying no. Now we're like,
alright, this is the last
El
one.
último y nos vamos. The
Yeah, we
last
gotta go.
one,
And
we
we're
leave.
leaving. Yeah, we're leaving.
Pero ella no está tomando mi vino.
Sí,
What?
pero es que me lo
What?
tomé, me lo
There's
sirvió,
nothing
pero...
in
Alright, on that note,
Ah, ya hay agua.
Dio, thank you.
Thank you very much for
Tengo
coming
mucha
through.
sed.
Thank you for
No,
coming.
gracias por invitarme.
Hey, no.
Thank you for
fucking
coming.
kiss fest.
And I think this was a successful podcast. I think we learned some things.
Yeah, that
I
you
hope-
should never do 8 shots of whiskey during a podcast.
Yeah, and wear deodorant and
The
meditate.
deodorant I was going to say.
The
Like,
moral of
bring
this
you
podcast is to
deodorant.
wear deodorant
Medellin
when
is
you come
hot.
to Medellin.
Medellin is
Medellin
hot.
You
is
should shave
hot.
your fucking
So you have
jungle
to
pits.
shave and wear deodorant.
Shave your jungle
Yeah.
pits.
Please.
And study before coming to Medellin if you really want to join Medellin.
And study with Dio.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Bio.
And if I'm too busy, then go with Carla. And if
Yes,
Carla is
number
too busy,
two.
then go
Go
to
with
Daniel. And
Natalia.
if Daniel is too busy, then...
Go to Natalia.
Oh,
And if she's too
yeah.
busy, go to
Yeah.
Alejandro.
Who was number 5 again?
Wait, I don't even
Alicia
know.
Keys!
Alicia
Alicia
Keys.
Keys!
Alrighty.
See you later. Thank you. Bye.
Ciao!